Get that Thieves Guild Enforcer out of here and get in for 2. Oh boy. Mr. Goblin scoops it up. Oh my word. Greetings, everyone. I am glad to be here, and I am glad that you are here. Today's deck is in Standard. And I started out fooling around with Kaheera in Historic a week or 2 ago. And was fooling around with it and wound up with that cat dog deck, and I was pretty happy about it. And I got thinking, well, shoot, I wonder what it would look like in Standard. It turns out there just aren't very many cats in Standard, but what there are is a surprisingly large number of beasts and elementals as well. When I got looking at them, I thought, shoot, there's some really good cards here. So I figured we'll take a look. Those of you who are familiar with more established decks will look at this and go, wow, this is a not too dissimilar from a whole bunch of mono green stompy lists. And you're not wrong. There are a few of our regularly seen staples, such as Lovestruck Beast and Garruk's Harbinger, both beasts. Lovestruck Beast, you may be surprised to find out, is a beast. But so is Gemrazer. So is Gemrazer as well, as is Elder Gargaroth. Admittedly, that's kind of where the similarities cease. Some lists do run Swarm Shambler, and I think it's fine. It is also a beast. The biggest problem I see with having to stick to Kaheera's restrictions is we just don't have very many good 2-drops at all. It is a not an easy thing to come up with, apparently, a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast card in the 2-drop slot. And I'm afraid that's going to hurt the competitiveness of this deck somewhat. But that's all right. We're going to try it out. Notably, the Tangled Florahedron being a ramp spell, very good here. Very good here. It, gives us something. We would prefer something more like another Bronzehide Lion or something, right? Where a 2-mana 3/3 or something that was a beast, so we could be able to be more aggressive. But at least ramping ourselves up into our higher CMC beasts is definitely accomplishing something. Not the least of which, Yasharn, another one of the cards that I just really, really like from this most recent Zendikar set. When Yasharn enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic forest and basic plains. Reveal those cards, put them into your hand, shuffle your library. Players can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents to activate spells or to cast spells or activated abilities. I think it's very, very strong. Not the least of which is, it's a 4-mana 4/4 that gives you 2 cards. Yeah, okay, they're lands. And neither of them goes to the battlefield, for the record. But darn it, you need to cast your spells, right? So Yasharn getting you your additional land drops so that you can cast your Great Henges and your Elder Gargaroths and stuff. Very good, all the while still being a relatively aggressive threat itself as a 4-mana 4/4. So I'm pretty excited about it. We'll see how it plays. I really do think the lack of powerful 2-drops here is going to hurt us some. You'll also note our curve is not great, right? We're on 8 1s, 8 2s, 9 3s, and then 7 4s, some 5s, and some more like 5s typically, right? A lot of the time, but still, a little questionable there. You would normally like to see more of a curving situation. It's also true that our removal suite is not overly robust. We've got some Primal Mights, and that's pretty much it. So we're really looking to beat down, and hopefully that's good enough. We'll see. But we'll never know if we don't try. So without further ado, let's get to some gameplay, shall we? All right, folks, here we are up against Mr. Goblin. Good luck, Mr. Goblin. Yeah, we'll hang on to this hand. I'm not excited about it. I think it's okay. But, you know, we are okay with that. Ooh, our opponent appearing to be playing rogues, most likely. That is the thing you see far more often than anything else when someone leads on a Murkwater Pathway. Opponent mills over a couple of cards, one of which we definitely didn't want to see, a land, which, you know, we're kind of all set on lands there for sure. But we would not have minded our Lovestruck Beast. That's a pretty reasonable card, all things considered. But we're going to just Primal Might. Get that Thieves Guild Enforcer out of here and get in for 2. Oh boy. Mr. Goblin scoops it up. Oh my word. Ladies and gentlemen, that was definitely a premature scoop. Our opponent had no idea what was going on over here. This is one of those times, folks, when just because you think someone is playing something meta does not mean that's what's actually going on over here. We have a relatively aggressive mono green beatdown plan, but make no mistake, when we exchange our okay 2-drops for, you know, the great 2-drops in the mono green deck, our deck gets much, much worse. I think our opponent was still probably the favorite in this match, and they just had no idea. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are on the play against 8-Bit Ninja. Good luck, 8-Bit Ninja. Let's battle, shall we? I think this hand is not amazing, but fine. We get to start on Swarm Shambler and pass. Next turn is a little bit of a bummer because we're just going to pump our Swarm Shambler. It's not, you know, overly compelling there. But, hey, it's fine. Gilded Goose being the play for our opponent, and Tangled Florahedron. They are really developing their mana over there. We are falling behind in that category. As long as we draw... Okay, I was going to say, as long as we draw a land before our turn 4 here, so we can get down Yasharn, all of our mana problems will be better. But, darn it, you know, we're definitely in need of that. Do not want to miss land drops when your opponent is accelerating so quickly here. Khazad-dû Mammoth. Pumping the Khazad-dû Mammoth. Sure. Interesting. You know what, folks? I think I'm going to Primal Might X equals 2 so that we can also pump our Swarm Shambler. And get in for a lot of damage this turn. Yeah, I was gonna say, our opponent hasn't used their food yet, so it's likely they are trying to hang on to that. So they're likely to just take it all, which they did, dropping them all the way down to 9. So being able to stay aggressive here, pretty good. Opponent does have a Gemrazer. I mean, that's annoying. We're not excited about that. But we have a Questing Beast coming down next turn, which, remember, is a beast, and therefore benefiting from Kaheera will not... The Gemrazer will not be able to trade with it, right? It's a 5/5. Primal Might. Oh, my word. I guess that's fair. If we get ours, I suppose they can have theirs as well. Yeah, I really don't want to miss a land drop here. And this allows us to pump our Swarm Shambler. We're really hoping our opponent doesn't do anything too nasty this turn. They could probably slam something like a Great Henge or something. But we do have the Gemrazer, right? As long as they can't do anything crazy with it. Okay, opponent just makes a food. That is not crazy. That is acceptable. All right, so Swarm Shambler. Oh, that's a good one. So yeah, I think we're just going to mutate over. Get that Great Henge off the battlefield. Then Tangled Florahedron. Primal Might. And get in for 12. Our opponent will have to block the Yasharn here, where they die. So they are back on 6 mana, which, admittedly, 6 mana is a lot, but they won't be able to handle a Gemrazer, no matter what they do, right? So the fact that we're going to be coming in with a Questing Beast, an 8/8 Trample, and the Yasharn next turn is pretty problematic for our opponent. They're trying to stay in the game. Yeah. Making a 5/5. Yeah, that's a valiant effort, opponent, but not going to get you there. I can appreciate the posturing, but that is not going to work in this particular case. Good game, 8-Bit Ninja. Good game. Yeah. Because, of course, they can block and then also eat again, right? But that's just not going to gain them enough life. So, good game. Good game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are up against Amphi. Good luck, Amphi. Yes, we will keep this. And lead on a forest. Oh, boy, yes. Bronzehide Lion, a good play. Opponent, do you have Bloodchief's Thirst? Garruk Harbinger, typically pretty good against swamp type of plays from your opponent. Opponent does have Bloodchief's Thirst, as expected. Bronzehide Lion dies, but cannot come back as an aura. And opponent just clings to dust it immediately. Well, we're going to Garruk's Harbinger and pass. Opponent. This is a difficult spot to be in, no question. Oh boy, yeah, we're gonna Soul Am a Questing Beast and get in for 8. Yes, Yasharn, you are a good card. Admittedly, you know, it wasn't just cut and dry there. There are a number of cards that could have worked out in that particular position. But I think Yasharn is exactly the sort of thing we want to be doing. Alright. Opponent going to kill either Kaheera or Questing Beast. It's almost certainly got to be Questing Beast, right? Yeah. Indeed, that does allow our Garruk's Harbinger to attack and be vigilant, though. Opponent drops to 8. We have lethal in play. Oh, boy. We're going to show our opponent that we just got another Questing Beast. I'm sure they'll be very pleased about that. All right. Indeed, Amphi scooping them up. GG. Yeah, that was one of those draws where, you know, our aggression perfectly curved out. We couldn't have asked for a better one. You know, it is what it is, right? Good game. Good game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are up against Spock. Good luck, Spock. Yeah, we're going to keep this. Lead on the Temple of Plenty. We will keep a land. Oh, well. You know what? We will keep a Tangled Florahedron. With the Kaheeras, I think it's, you know, a pretty reasonable play. Our opponent going to play a plant. Well, darn it, we will match your plant with our plant. It's not actually a plant, it's an elemental, but darn it, look at this thing and tell me it's not a plant. All right? There's a Hedron in there, but it's definitely a plant. Folks. See, this is our opponent is playing the more conventional mono green Stompy deck. And we can't play these cards because Kaheera requires that we are cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast. And that is really unfortunate for us. Because we would really, really like to be able to play those cards. How about a Kaheera? This feels really bad. I'm going to swing for 10. We're just going to take it. Say, thank you, sir. May I have another? Did not draw an untapped land. And suddenly our life is very difficult indeed. Oh, boy. All right, fine. If they have their own Primal Might and can fight their Yorvo onto our Garruk's Harbinger, that's fine. We lose. But at this juncture, I feel like we're in so much trouble that, you know, it is what it is, right? All right. We trade away our creature for the questing beast there. All right. Elder Gargaroth, coming on down. Yeah, that Yorvo, really a very, very strong magic card that, again, unfortunately, Giant Noble, not one of the cards that we get to have with Kaheera, unfortunately. No creature. Please, no creature. All right, well. We will snap block. All right. Opponent going to eat. Unfortunate, but expected. And we're just going to go ahead and Yasharn. Get ourselves some lands. Stop that whole missing land drop thing. Let me tell you, that thing is annoying. And yeah, I mean, I guess if we do that, we lose our guy. So we're not going to do that, I guess. Just going to pass. Hoping to get down this Great Henge at some point. Garruk's Uprising. Technically a card we could play, but our luxury slots are given up to other things. Another Garruk's Harbinger. Oh my goodness. Yeah, our opponent's Garruk's Uprising going off. No land available. So I guess we've got to go X equals 1, right? Yeah. All right. And then just Bronzehide Lion. Get a counter. Pass the turn. I think our Great Henge is better than their Garruk's Uprising, admittedly. I was about to say, but they can always draw a Great Henge as well, right? And then they're the ones with 2 sources of card advantage, and we don't have any. That is not where we want to be. I mean, all right. This could not stink more heartily of a trap, but we can't let him hit us either. Okay, yeah. Not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm surprised by that. But, again, we can't just let them kill us. Alright. Opponent going to do some nom-nom-nomming on our graveyard. We are going to get to Gemrazer away their Great Henge. Yep. Keep in mind, though, again, folks, they have the Garruk's Uprising. So, for the most part, we're only just matching what they've got going on over there, right? Confirm 0. But we are also on 12. They are on 27. But, all that being said, things are looking up for us now. We have board position, and we have parity and card advantage. We also are getting to draw the card now, right? Our opponent is empty-handed. We are no longer empty-handed. Okay, well, as it turns out... oh, no, not Yorvo. That was a very, very good draw for them. A very good draw for them. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right, well... let's see. All right. We're going to add Kaheera to hand, cast Kaheera immediately, give our creatures +1/+1, and more importantly, vigilance, folks. So we're going to be able to attack with our Lovestruck Beast and Gemrazer because, of course, this is a human creature, and Kaheera does not buff humans. So we are okay on that front. Well, Garruk's Harbinger going to make an appearance, going to get a counter, add a forest to hand. Our opponent on 7 life. Would not say it's looking great for them. What is it that they drew? It's got to be a creature power 4 or greater. Okay, yeah. Stonecoil Serpent, sure. It's a 7/7. They draw a brand new card. They still have a ton of mana, though. Elysian Caryatid adds 2, so they have 5 mana to work with, which is a lot, folks. All right. Our turn. Oh, boy. That could not have been a better draw. That was the draw, as it were. So we're just going to go ahead and get in with our team, and I'm not great at math, but I do believe that is GG. Good game, opponent, good game. All right. Whoo, folks. That was a little bit of a nail-biter there. Our Gemrazer. The card that turned the tide of that match. When we got to keep our Great Henge and they lost their second card advantage, right? We had a better board, but when they had 2 pieces of card advantage and plenty of mana, obviously, with the Elysian Caryatids and the all of this mana, it was strongly possible they were going to be able to rebuild at a greater rate than we could keep up, because they were still at 27, you'll remember. Now, again, we were going to start hitting hard and things like that, sure, but when they were really starting to go off, we, would have gotten their life total down. Could we have been able to actually kill them? I mean, maybe still, especially since we drew the actual questing beast, but that Gemrazer seriously coming in clutch. Good game, Spot. Good game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here looking at the deck, and I think the chief thing that we learned, while playing this was just that it probably would be better off just as mono green, I think. Our record was okay. Let's see. Loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, win. So that's 4 wins, 4 losses, I guess. So we went exactly 50% with it. It's possible there is something here, honestly. The Bronzehide Lion, very, very good. Swarm Shambler, very good. Questing Beast and Gemrazer, I don't think I need to defend. And topping out with Elder Gargaroth, just very, very strong magic cards, right? When you get to also fill in with Lovestruck Beast and Garruk's Harbinger, it just sounds like, oh, you're just playing some mono green beats and stuff. So maybe if we tweak the numbers correctly, there's something here. When you are fooling around with Yasharn, though, I think that does mess with your numbers a little bit. It's possible. I saw during gameplay, you already make it to 4 lands, and then you get 2 more, so you always hit 6. It's possible maybe we do want something else up here, and maybe just go up to, like, maybe a couple more Yasharn. I don't know. Maybe we don't need to be quite as aggressive here in this version. We'll have to play with the numbers here and figure out where that is supposed to come down. In the spirit of that, I have a Twitch channel, and I stream 5 nights a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I take Friday and Saturday off. But I stream 6 p.m. Central to 10 p.m. Central. That's 4-hour streams. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm streaming Magic 20 hours a week, and I'd love to have you there. Coming out, we're going to be playing this deck tonight. The night this video goes up, I'm going to be playing this deck, and I'd love to have you with me. And tell me, yeah, I think you're just being kind of silly here. It was a cool idea, but Kaheera's just not worth it. Just go with the better cards in mono green. That's an acceptable thing to say. It's also better, in my opinion, to be like, okay, let's explore this possibility. What if you cut, whatever, the Garruk's Harbingers and just went up to the full 4 Yasharn? I think the deck gets better, or whatever like that. If you're trying to get me to include cards, keep in mind, I need you to give me ideas of what to cut. Because if you're telling me, oh, hey, I want you to add Charmed Stray because it's a cat, so just cut yourself some, whatever, Questing Beast, there's a power level difference there. I'm not sure that that gets better. It might. Darn it. Charmed Stray's a 1-drop, and Questing Beast is a 4-drop. The magnitude of power level difference between 1-drops and 4-drops is very different, but you've got to be able to defend your decision. You can't just be like, oh, I want 4 Gemrazers, 4 Questing Beasts, and 4 Yasharns. Well, darn it, I do too. Just where do we fit the deck slots in, right? You can't have everything. And there have to be hard decisions made. So definitely let me know down in the comments below how you might change it and make it better. I am an open book. I really do read these comments and take them to heart. I will not make every suggested decision or change. But I will consider every suggested change. I can tell you that. So I appreciate it. That said, if you wouldn't mind, it really does help the channel to just like the video. Not a huge deal. It's just a little click. But honestly, that's how YouTube knows to recommend my video. I know, for the most part, you're like, yeah, but you're a stranger on the internet. Why should I help you? And that's a great question. I don't have a good answer, but helping people is good, I guess. And it would mean the world to me. So if you wouldn't mind just clicking that little thumb, it's very helpful to me personally, and I appreciate it. That said, I will catch you all next time.